Anyway, it's about channeling your energies a certain way. Being a leader means that you set an example. I think I did that for a lot of my coworkers in other places, where I would, instead of lashing out at the administration, everybody's mad at the bosses all the time because they feel like, well, we don't get fair treatment and we don't get. And the job I was in, in the unit I was in, not where I am now currently, at Grants and Contracts, but where I was before, people were mistreated. There had been a history of mistreatment and exploitation of people. And people were angry. They were really furious about things. And so people would lash out in very ineffective ways. And I thought to myself, okay, that's not good. That's not helping. I taught, and I think I did, and it may sound a bit, I'm just going to say it. I think I led by example. Not by teaching or preaching or explaining to people, but by showing people that this is the way to do it. The right way to do it is the way I'm doing it. Focus on doing your work and do the best you can. And just learn to let all this other stuff roll off your back like water off of a duck. When people say negative things, you just let it go. And you focus on your work. Focus on your work. Put all that passion and all that energy into doing your job and doing the best you can. That's what I believe. You got to put that passion into your work. See, I do the same thing when I make my videos. I put a lot of passion into what I'm doing. I put a lot of work into this. One thing, I lack a lot of technical skills. I wish I had better skills. And as time goes on, I may learn better techniques. I may learn how to edit things, get better cameras. As I get more money, I'll be able to do things. But right now, I just, I make sure that I get my message out there. I try to speak it as clear as I can. I say things as clearly as I can. And that's what it's all about. Focusing and channeling that energy. I've done that with so many things. And a long time ago, I was on welfare. I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing. I left out of high school and I realized I wasn't prepared for the world. So I started basically teaching myself. I educated myself. I went to the bookstore, I bought books, I studied things, I did things by myself. And then, I went to school and eventually I got an associate's degree, which is what I have. I don't have anything higher than that. I may go back and get a bachelor's or master's and whatever, but at this point, I used that energy. Instead of taking all the little bit of money I got from welfare and using it, like say, getting drunk or something like that, or using my anger and feelings and passions towards some just negative, self-defeating stuff. I learned to use my energies in a very positive and effective way. As I said once before, I talk about positive thinking, but I actually realized something as I was writing yesterday. I was writing something. I'm really not so much a person who you can call a positive thinker. It's more that I'm focused on being effective at things, at doing the best I can, and being as effective as I can at things. And I think that comes off as being positive because, if you have a problem in life and you really want to solve that problem, you have to have a certain type of mindset that says, I'm going to solve this problem. I'm going to fix this thing. And so you do everything you can in that direction toward fixing it. And most people would say that you're a positive person. And, I think that's true, but it's not the main thing. It's more or less, I think being positive is more of a coincidence to that than it is the main focus. My main focus is on getting things done. Getting a task accomplished. Focusing on accomplishing whatever it is you have to accomplish. See, you can do that in anything, whether it's at work or if you're at school. You focus your energies on doing things to accomplish a task. Because that's what life is. You have to change. If you're going to change the world, make the world a better place, you do it one task at a time. Sometimes I think we get ahead of ourselves and we get frustrated because we look and we say, well, the world hasn't changed or anything else. But, we live in a better world, I think, now than we did in the past. As much as we bitch and complain about things, we live better. We live a lot better than we used to. But it takes one step at a time. Everything is one. It's those little small steps. You know. And that's what you do. You make improvements one step at a time. And this will be my first video on my new channel. This channel is going to be mostly focused on just being positive and on being effective and being better at thinking. I think I'm writing a book, and one of the things I want to write about is about effective thinking. Being a better thinker, a better doer. You know, it's not so much a philosophy that explains, and because I was going to write a book and think of it in terms of philosophy book, but it's more of a philosophy of making your life better, not so much a philosophy explaining the world and describing the world, because that doesn't help you. What helps is thinking about new ways of making improvements, how you can do things better. That's what I'm thinking about, and that's what my focus is. And this channel is going to be more closer to what I'm writing in my book. This is going to be integrated into my book project. Eventually I'm going to publish my book, and this channel is part of that. So this is my introduction video, Rock Painter 1. I actually wanted to just call it Rock Painter, but they said somebody else got that channel. So, and if you want, you can subscribe to my other channel, which is Squirrel World X, or PH Lewis 86. Where I talk a lot about. Those are my more, all over the place channels. So that's all I have to say.